what you're supposed to do to drive away evil forces around your vicinity, anywhere near you, to avoid all these diabolical powers from harming you. This is what we'll be talking about tonight. And there is this particular an item that I will want us to talk about. This is something that your body produces, and that is urine. Nobody buys urine. You don't buy it. You produce it yourself. So whenever we are talking about spiritual issues and solving spiritual problems using urine, you don't have to, be so worried. Your urine is what matters, not another person's urine. So what we are talking about here is if you are the one experiencing such. And what we are talking about here is there are a lot of people who, whenever they travel home, they believe that somebody must have planted charm in their house or around their house. That somebody must have planted charm anywhere near their vicinity. And some people are so scared whenever they hear something like this. They'll be so scared to travel home. Okay, now, if you happen to get this information, you are not sure, you are just, speculating. You are not so sure whether something like that happened. Now, this is what I want you to do. You will have to go home, first of all. You will have to travel home. But before you travel, make sure you engage in serious prayer. You will have to pray. And then when you get home, this is what you are supposed to do before you enter into your house. I believe where you are going to is your own homeland. It is your father's house. So whatsoever you do in your father's house is not supposed to be anybody's business. What you are doing is to safeguard that your life and that of your family members. So the moment you get home, please just find a container, a cup or anything, and urinate inside that cup. You are all aware of this. It's no longer new. It's not something new. Urinate inside the cup and speak to that urine. Command that urine and sprinkle it round that your house. Round your house before you go into your house. Your urine contains a lot of spiritual powers. It contains a lot of spiritual powers. Your urine is a waste from your body. It is something that your body has rejected because it carries a lot of negativity in it. So with that negativity in your urine, when you sprinkle it anywhere where a charm is buried or where they have laid a charm, wherever, the negativity in that urine will destroy the potency of that charm. Urine is a waste from your body, but that waste is very powerful. It's spiritually powerful. Your urine is just like a woman's menstrual blood. That is why whenever a woman is menstruating, if she is near a native doctor, the native doctor will ask her to leave. If she wants to prepare a food for a titled man in the village and she's menstruating, she will not be allowed to prepare that food. Because some of these titled men do have some charms around them, maybe for their protection. But when a woman who is menstruating cooks for them, and if they eat the food, the woman's menstrual blood has neutralized the potency of that charm that they are using for their protection. So your urine is just like a woman's menstrual blood. The difference is that a woman menstruates that's for like 5, 6, 7 days in a month, but everybody urinates every now and then. Your body removes it, okay? It is a waste from your body, but that waste is very powerful. With the negativity in that urine, it neutralizes the potency of any charm that has been laid anywhere. More especially, the urine of a woman. More especially, the urine of a woman. If you suspect that there are charms laid anywhere around your vicinity, if there is any woman around you, ask the woman to urinate and pour that urine everywhere near your house, all around. But if there is no woman, assuming you are a man, still urinate, your urine still contains powers, and pour it around the whole place. And the urine will neutralize everything that they have planted. So you don't have to worry yourself when it comes to this urine issue now. Nobody buys urine. You produce it yourself. Nobody buys urine, okay? Now, this is what urine can do for you. Now, another thing that urine can do for you, another spiritual work that urine can do for you. For those of you who are living in haunted houses, so many of us are not aware of this, if not everybody. We are not aware of this. But I received this teaching from my guardian angel that your urine can calm those spirits down. If you are living in a haunted house, you will know what I'm talking about. The soul of the dead in that house will keep on disturbing you. Every occupant of the house will feel the disturbance from the soul of the dead in that particular house. So if you happen to be living in a haunted house, you don't have peace, because you can never have peace in such houses. You will not progress in life. You will not move forward. You will be faced with so many problems, from one problem to another. Now, this is what you are supposed to do. You will have to get your early morning urine this time around. As early as 5 o'clock in the morning. Before you take anything inside your mouth, get your early morning urine. And then you pray and speak into that urine. After praying with that urine, sprinkle it around your house, inside the house. Just a little drop of that urine everywhere inside your house. Majority are not aware of this, but our major concern in this particular spiritual exercise is that people always say that the urine will start smelling. When they sprinkle the urine inside the house, that it will start smelling. That is people's concern. But let me tell you, when you sprinkle that urine inside your house to calm those spirits down, remember what I say. Your urine will not chase them away, but it will calm them down. It will stop them from disturbing you for the meantime. That is what the urine does. Okay? The reason why the urine is calming them down is for you to make plans and leave that house. Because if you are living in a haunted house, it is a must that you leave the house. It is a must. You will have to leave that place. Find somewhere that is spiritually clean. Because where you are living is just like the home of the dead. You are actually a disturbance to them. You are disturbing their peace. You are disturbing their existence. So for you to get money, because if you are living there, you will not progress. You won't even see the money for transport fare. You won't see the money to eat, not to talk of transport fare. So in order to calm these spirits down, please get your early morning urine. Pray and speak to that urine. Sprinkle it around your house. Forget about the smell. You may think that after sprinkling it that the urine will start smelling. It's not true. That urine will not smell. Even till the following day, you will not perceive any odor of urine in your house. But the urine will calm those evil spirits down, because they are evil spirits. It is going to calm them down. It is going to subdue them for some time to enable you make a move, because you must leave that house. It is not going to stop them entirely. It is not going to drive them away. It is going to subdue them for some time so that you get enough money and leave the house, because you must surely leave that house. So this is for those who are living in haunted houses and you don't have the money to buy incense. You can't go to church and get holy water. Your urine can still do this. Your early morning urine, as early as 5 o'clock in the morning. Get your urine, okay? And sprinkle it around the whole place. Now, this is another thing that urine can do for you Nobody buys urine. You produce the urine. Your body produces it, all right? Now, let's look at another item which we can use to fight negative powers. And I've talked about this item more than 100 times. And this is the popular salt you know. That's your cooking salt. That's your cooking salt. It's very powerful. Your cooking salt is so powerful. Your cooking salt is natural. It is very natural. If you can get the local salt, it comes in balls, that will be better. But your salt helps in spiritual matters. Now, assuming you don't want to sprinkle urine, like you traveled and you're suspecting that someone has laid a charm everywhere for you. You don't want to use urine because you don't want people to see you urinating and then sprinkling urine around your compound. Then you will have to get your salt. When you get your salt, you pray over that salt. Your prayers will fortify the salt, will energize it, and give powers to that salt to work for you. And after praying over the salt, you are going to sprinkle this salt round the whole compound. Sprinkle it round the whole compound, in and out of that house, of that building. The moment that salt touches the ground, no matter how potent that charm is, it is going to be neutralized. We are always affected by charms because we don't know how to handle charms. We don't know how to neutralize them. That is the reason why God has created all these things. That is the reason why he has created all these things, salt and the likes, not just for us to be eating them. They perform so many other things for us, apart from giving taste to food. So you are going to pray with that salt, and you sprinkle that salt everywhere. Our problem is that sometimes we are shy. We always want to know what people will think and what people will say. That is our problem. We always want people to believe that we don't know anything that has to do with spiritual issues. We always want people to believe that we are naive so that they will be seeing us as white people. Meanwhile, you are suffering. You are under bondage. You are being tormented by diabolical powers. Receive this teaching, learn it, practice it, and you are going to see the result. Your salt can neutralize the powers of that charm that the enemy has planted for you. Your own salt. Salt is not expensive. It is highly affordable everywhere in the market. So just get your salt. Pray over your salt. When you get home, you sprinkle that salt around your house. Go inside your house, sprinkle it everywhere, and leave it. The ones you sprinkled inside your house, you leave it. You don't sweep it. If you want to sweep the house, let it be that you have already swept that house before you sprinkle the salt, and leave it until the following day. By the following day, you can now sweep your house. But I'm telling you that the moment that salt touches the ground, the powers of every charm has already been destroyed. The powers of every charm. Now, another item that can help us to wage war against every diabolical power that the enemy has packaged for us is the palm oil. The red oil, for those who may not know what palm is. The red oil. The red oil is very powerful and is natural. It is not artificial. You get it from palm fruits. So you are going to get your palm oil, and then you pray over this palm oil, just like you prayed over the salt. And you are going to be dropping this palm oil at every corner of your house, outside the house. You will be dropping this palm oil at every corner of your house. And as you are doing all these things, make sure you are praying. The words of your mouth will be so powerful together with the use of these items. Whatsoever you say, as you drop all these things, as you sprinkle them, it must surely be done as you have said it. Because the powers are already in all these items. God has put his power into that palm oil. It is not just for you to cook with palm oil use it in cooking, use it in eating. It's not just all about that. It performs a lot. It performs a lot. Drop it round your house, anywhere round your house. Once it touches the ground, it will neutralize everything. And if there is any particular place, like on the ground, you notice that maybe it looks like somebody dug something and planted something and then covered it up with sand. If you notice something like that, you don't have to wait. Don't just go and start digging it up immediately. Don't just go and start digging up that thing to know what was planted inside the ground. You don't do that. You will first of all pray and neutralize the potency of whatever that is inside the ground. You can do that using the urine. You can do it using salt. You can do it using palm oil. At that exact spot, you pour in some quantity of one of these items that I just mentioned, either your urine, your salt, or your palm oil. You pour in some quantity on top of that place before you start digging up the ground. No matter what the enemy has put in there, the palm oil doesn't need to touch that thing. The salt doesn't need to touch it. Your urine doesn't need to touch it. But the moment they touch the soil where that thing was planted, the powers has been neutralized. Okay, palm oil is not expensive. It is affordable anywhere in the market. Depends on the quantity you want. Okay, so you can get your palm oil and use it this way. Now, for those of us who are suspecting that somebody is behind your inability to move forward in life, you are suspecting or you are sure that somebody is behind your inability to move forward in life, but you don't really know what to do, and you don't know how that person did it. Now I want you to get your salt and your palm oil, these two items. These two items will perform that wonders for you. Get these two items, pray with them, and then you mix them together. Just get a little pinch of salt, a little pinch, just a pinch of salt, and add it into the palm oil. That will be enough for your whole body, because you are going to apply this on your body. When you pray over these two items and you mix them together, you will have to apply it from your hair, your natural hair. Let it touch your scalp. Then you apply it all over your body, down to the soles of your feet. And as you are doing this, make sure you are praying. If you know what you are passing through, voice it out. If you know what you want God to do for you, voice it out. We don't know all these things. We know the items. We use them, yes, but we don't know how potent they are. We don't know how powerful they are. We don't know what they can do for us spiritually, except the physical ones we know. So the use of palm oil and salt is going to destroy whatever the enemy must have done to you. Let me tell you how they do this. You may think that the enemy will need to see you and touch you. Sometimes they don't need to see you. Sometimes they don't need to touch you. They can do it to you using your picture. They can do it to you using your name. Your name represents you spiritually. Your picture represents you spiritually. Your clothes represents you spiritually. And so they can do this using either of these things that I just mentioned now. Now, as you are doing this, you are now applying it on that physical body. On that your physical body, because you are that person whose name was used, whose clothes was used, whose picture was used. You are that person. So you need to apply this item all over your body and pray as you are doing this. And after that prayer, you wash your body thoroughly with your soap and your sponge. Wash off every trace of palm oil from your body. And I bet you, whatsoever the enemy has done against you has already been neutralized. It will no longer work. This is what the mixture of salt and palm oil can do for you. You use it to set yourself free. The mixture of salt and palm oil, use it to set yourself free. Now, there are a lot of people somebody has asked me this question. If he or she can apply urine into their eyes for them to see. Please, I have said this times without number. Times without number. There is nothing you can do to make your spiritual eyes open if you don't have that gift naturally from God. And another way you can get is through prayers. You have to be very prayerful for God to reveal certain things to you. Applying urine in your eyes is like damaging the cells in your eyes. You are attracting blindness for yourself. Urine will not make you to see. It will not make you to have the gift of vision. Putting it into your eyes for you to see is damaging your eyes. Please. I don't know where people are getting that teaching from. Never you try that. If you want to try it, visit your doctor. Ask your doctor first. Your urine is not supposed to come in contact with your natural eyes. Please. And it's not going to open your spiritual, even if it doesn't damage your eyes, it is not going to open your spiritual eyes. Urine has its own work that is doing for people. Apart from the natural work that is doing for us, it still performs spiritual works, but not to open your spiritual eyes. Please don't try that. And somebody once asked me if she can take urine. She's suspecting that she has eaten a food that was laced with charm. And she asked me if she can take urine to neutralize the efficacy of that charm in her. Please, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Drinking urine. Please, if you ask me, I will tell you never to try that. There is a way to destroy every charm that you have eaten with your mouth. There is a way to destroy it. Please, not with the use of urine. I told us before that urine is a waste. It is something that your body rejected. And that is why you are urinating it outside. But that waste coming out from your body is powerful and can destroy whatever somebody has done against you. As that urine touches that thing, it destroys it. But for you to drink it, in order for the urine to destroy the charms in your body, I don't know about that, and I'm not teaching that, and I will not teach it. Now, if you have eaten anything that was laced with poison, this is what you are supposed to do. First of all, before I give us this teaching, I always say this. People must be very careful. Please. You don't have to eat everywhere. Sometimes you hold yourself, even if you are hungry. Sometimes you hold yourself. A lot of people die untimely because of what we eat. That this is my friend's house. This is my cousin's house. This is my bestie's house. Anywhere you go, once they offer you anything, you take and eat. A lot of people has passed away through this. Having trust in your fellow human being. Meanwhile, you can't really tell what is inside the heart of that person. So you have to be very careful where you eat your food. I prefer you cooking that food yourself. Or you going to a general place, to a restaurant, to a hotel, to buy your food and eat. Instead of visiting somebody and the person bringing out food for you to eat. Please, let's be careful, more especially this season, because a lot of people are going to experience this. A lot of people are going to experience this. That you don't know how to lace poison into someone's food doesn't mean that another person doesn't know how to do it. Please, let's be very careful. Now, if you have ever eaten anything that you are suspecting that somebody must have laced with poison, the natural item that can take care of this poison in you is bitter leaf. The raw bitter leaf. Not the already squeezed one. The raw one, that raw leaf. You are going to get this raw bitter leaf. Wash it thoroughly. Pray with it. Use it to cook meat. Use it to cook meat. That's the normal pepper soup in Nigeria. Use it to cook meat. Don't add scent leaf into that pepper soup. Don't add scent leaf. The only leaf you are going to add is that bitter leaf. But you are going to cut it just like you are cutting any other vegetable. And then you add it into that meat. You can equally use fish if you want. But just in a pepper soup form. And then you take it. You can be doing this once or twice in a week. depending on how buoyant you are, to be purchasing either the meat or the fish. You can be doing this once or twice in a week. That bitter leaf is that natural item that will destroy the powers of that charm in your body. So many people experience moving objects, something going inside your body, in and out, that anywhere you are, you see that you are doing like this, you keep on touching your body here and there, you keep on tapping. It looks as if something is moving from your left side to the right side. Please, if you are very sure that you don't have any infection, first of all, I advise people to go to hospital. Go for a test. Let them examine you and make sure that what is happening to you is something that they can treat. But if after the treatment and you are still experiencing this thing, then try and get the bitter leaf and practice this. That bitter leaf is going to kill whatever that is causing that moving objects in your body. Or if you are suspecting that your food has been poisoned, you do this on time, not when it's late. A lot of people, for those who are experiencing that moving objects in their body and they are very sure that their food was poisoned, they are actually lucky. It means God is still with them and He wants to save them. So when you practice this, it is going to work for you. But a lot of people are not so lucky like this. Somebody can eat something that is laced with poison and under 1 hour, the person is gone. But for those who are still alive, but they are suffering from the result of that charm, please do this to set yourself free. The powers of that charm in your body will be neutralized because you ate it. It went into your body. So you are still going to destroy it by eating something that will go into your body and destroy it. And bitter leaf is what you are supposed to use. So please, never you take urine. I didn't teach anything of somebody taking in urine. Please. I don't know about that, and I don't teach that, and I will not teach it. The urine performs its works for us in so many ways. In so many ways, okay? Now, another thing I want to teach us, which is also the use of natural items. For those of us who will be traveling, and maybe you are supposed to be seeing people, you are supposed to be coming in contact with people every now and then. I've given us this teaching either last month or last 2 months. Please try and have bitter cola. The reason why we are giving all these teachings is because majority of us do not pray. We don't pray. We don't even believe in prayer. So many people do not pray. When you ask them to pray, they will give you 1 or 2 excuses. And people will tell you that they have been praying from childhood, they are not seeing anything. God is still merciful. No matter your stubbornness, He's still merciful. He will keep on protecting you as long as you still have something to do for Him here on earth. So for those ones who may not want to pray, but remember that your prayer is what is going to activate all these items. It's just like you cooking with salt and you add the salt into your food. Of course, it's going to give taste to food and nothing else. Your food will be delicious and nothing else. But if you want an additional something, then you will have to speak to that salt. And speaking to that salt is your prayer. And this is what you are supposed to do with your heart. So for those who do not want to pray, that is the reason why we give these teachings, because we know how these items work. We know about them. We didn't just know about them, but God revealed them to us because He is the one that created all these things. We did not create it. And for those who will be thinking that this is something fetish, that the native doctors practice this, if it is something fetish, then you are not supposed to be making use of any of these items. If the use of salt and palm oil and your urine and bitter cola and alligator pepper, if the use of all these items are fetish, you are not supposed to be making use of any of them, whether you are cooking or not. The native doctors realized on time, way before us, how powerful these items are. And they started making use of them way before us. We are just waking, you know, we are just like people who were asked to wake up at the later stage. We are just waking up to realize all these things. But then, no matter the time you wake up to realize this, it is still not late. So if you know that you'll be visiting people from here to here, here to here, as someone who is so social, please make sure you have your bitter cola with you. Have your bitter cola with you. People do this. People who are aware of the powers in bitter cola, they know about this. Make sure you have your bitter cola with you. There are so many other natural items that I can't remember all of them right now, but as time goes on, I'll keep on be remembering them. It is just like alligator pepper. Alligator pepper is a cleanser. It is a cleanser. It removes negative energies. It is a cleanser. That's when you perform your spiritual exercise to remove the effects of every negative energy that your body must have attracted while doing that thing. You use alligator pepper. And if you're coming into any environment that you are not sure of spiritually, you use alligator pepper. You speak to that alligator pepper. Swing it on your head 7 times and pour it away. And it's going to clear that place for you spiritually. So I want you to get any of these items ready, more especially for those who will be traveling home this festive period. Because I know that you're going to come in contact with a lot of people, those who love you, those who do not love you, those who mean well for you, those who do not. So you get yourselves ready so that after this festive period, you still come back hale and hearty and alive. Okay? Save yourself. Yes, God saves us, but heaven helps those who help themselves. Save yourself first. Okay? And then you call on God, and He's going to protect you. He's going to do that for you. And make sure that you pray. Make sure you pray. Prayer still remains the ultimate. There are people who do not need these items that I just mentioned now because they can pray their way out. If you know that you can pray your way out, if you know that you can fight spiritual battles with just prayer, you don't need all these items that I just mentioned now. Yes, you don't need them. But if you are not sure of the powers you have, if you are not sure if you can be, if your prayers can protect you and your family members, you get these items. They are all created by God, and they have their powers, and they are all there to work for us. If you have any question to ask me, please do so and ask. And as we keep on going, help me to like this live. If you find this teaching interesting, if you really like it, please double tap your screen to like, okay? And help me to share. Help me to share this live to get a wider audience. Let other people join us. And ask me your questions if you have any. Bring up your questions if you have any question to ask. I saw some questions when I was still teaching. But whenever I'm teaching, I don't answer any question until I'm done. Caleb, thank you. Watching from Cameroon, thank you so much for joining us. So bring up your questions, please. Trisha, thank you so much, and God bless you too. Yvonne, okay, that's good. Yes, the use of both of them will equally help you. Trisha, thank you for the gift, and God bless you. Sandy, cinnamon stick. The work of cinnamon, whether it is stick or powder, the work of cinnamon is to remove negativity from, that is, remove negative energy. Cinnamon doesn't neutralize charms. Cinnamon doesn't neutralize powers, that is, diabolical powers. The work of cinnamon stick or cinnamon powder is to make you attractive to positivity. It is going to attract you to everything good. That is the work of cinnamon stick or cinnamon powder, whichever one you are using. it is going to remove that negative aura. They remove the negative aura and exchange it, turn it into a positive aura. When you have a positive aura, your body will be attractive to only the positive things. Have you ever seen someone we can call an ugly girl? Facially, this girl is not beautiful, but this girl is loved by all. Everybody loves this girl. When this girl talks, everybody will want to stay closer to her. When this girl asks for help, everybody will rush to help her. She has a positive aura. Aura has nothing to do with facial beauty. It has nothing to do with body structure. It is just like a spiritual perfume that only the people who loves you will get attracted to you when they see you. Just the same thing as a negative aura. It is a spiritual perfume kind of. And when you have a negative aura, no matter how pretty you are, no matter how handsome you are, no matter how well built you are, people will always find one problem with you. It will even mature to the stage of people hating you for no reason. And so the work of cinnamon powder is to stop this, to remove that negative aura and make you attractive to positive things. So bring up your questions. Miracle. Yes, I equally noticed that original honey is hard to come by now, but I believe there are places where one can get original honey. Like if you stay in Enugu, I'm not staying in Enugu, but I know in Enugu, you can get original honey at Nsukka and at MNA. Original honey, I prefer original honey to all these adulterated honeys you find in the supermarket, because most of them are honey mixed with sugar. So when you want to perform a spiritual exercise using honey, I prefer buying that original honey. Gracious, when you see yourself pounding, it doesn't matter if it's yam. When you see yourself pounding in the dream, that is hard labor. That is hard labor. You are going to have a lot of things at hand that can drain your energy. That is hard labor. Whenever you see yourself in the dream pounding, no matter what you are pounding, be it pepper, be it whatsoever, you are pounding. That is hard labor. This is just like somebody who sees himself or herself in the dream cutting firewood. That is hard labor. That is punishment. Cutting firewood is not good at all. The same thing as pounding in the dream. David, there are so many ways to use cinnamon powder. I've given us that teaching a lot of times. So you will have to go to my page and check for any of the videos. There are so many ways to use it. You can use it in bathing. You can add it into your cream if you're a woman. I know some men do apply cream on their body. If you wish, you apply it in your cream. Applying it in your cream, it is going to, that's because your cream is something that you're going to be using on a daily basis, and it will help to change your aura faster. It will help to change your aura faster whenever you apply it in your cream. I use it for every cream, for every lotion that I will buy. I must fortify it using cinnamon powder. And even my children's own, I do that using cinnamon powder. It will make you to be attractive spiritually and physically to good things. Okay? So you can visit my page and check for any of the ways to use it. Trisha, thank you so much for the gift. God bless you. Yvonne, okay, the palm oil and the salt solution is very simple. It's just you get a quantity of palm oil that will be enough for your whole body, and then you get a pinch of salt. A pinch of salt. I emphasize on a pinch because a lot of people react to salt whenever salt comes in contact with their skin. So you use a pinch of salt, add it into that palm oil, and pray over that mixture. And this is how you are supposed to use it. If I would prefer you performing this spiritual exercise at night. So you are going to get these two items ready by morning. You make sure you pray over the item, over that mixture, the salt and the palm oil, and then you leave it until night. When it's night time, after your prayers, before you take your bed, you go in with that mixture and apply it all over your body. Make sure you are praying while applying it. And after applying it, after like 2 minutes of applying it, you wash off your body using soap and water. The reason why I prefer it at night is nothing extra attached to it, but after performing it at night, by morning you are going to take your normal bed, so that if there is any trace of palm oil on your body, on your hair, you are still going to wash it using your soap and your sponge and wash off everything. Francis, so sorry, you are having a network problem. Yvonne, thank you so much. Thank you. So bring up your questions if you have any. Bring up your questions. If you have any question based on this teaching so far, or any other question that has to do with spiritual issues, you bring it up. Bring up your questions, please. And as we keep on moving, if you like this teaching so far, please just double tap your screen to like it. Please show me you like it by double tapping your screen, okay? And help me share this. Just a little tap on the share button will share this live. A lot of people complain that they don't get notification. Gracious, thank you so much for the gift. God bless you. But I believe when we share this live, those people will get the notification. Please just help me share it and double tap your screen if you love this teaching. That's the only way you can show me you like it, by double tapping your screen, and it's going to like. And I'm still waiting for your questions. Yvonne, feeling heat in your body or in your house is a natural occurrence. I know in this season that we are in, I don't know where you are. If you're in Nigeria, this is a very hot weather, a very hot season. You are going to experience that heat. So it's natural. All right? It's natural. There is nothing much you can do except to air your house out. You wear loose clothes. There is nothing much to it. Okay, you are in Jamaica. I believe Nigerian weather and Jamaican weather, I believe they have similarities. Okay? So you just air your house out and don't wear tight clothes. You wear loose clothes. Okay, I don't understand what you mean by this. The type of heat is not natural. If it's the normal heat, like you are sweating, you are hot, it is natural, except you know you are about to fall sick. Whenever somebody is about to fall sick, sometimes you feel that heat. You sweat more than any other person. But if you feel you are sweating more than any other person, then my advice is for you to go to hospital, because maybe it's a signal that you're about to fall sick. Sandy, sometimes you see shadows passing in the house, but no one is there. Sandy, whenever you see such things, whenever you are about to pray, try and get incense. Make sure you burn your incense. Take that incense round your house. The fragrance of that incense drives away such things, those shadows. It drives them away. If the shadows are for positivity, one day you are going to see them live. But if they are of negativity, that incense is going to drive them away. So whichever way, first of all, you have to safeguard yourself. Get incense, burn it, take it around your house. Let that smoke touch everywhere. The incense is so powerful. The work of the incense is equally to drive away evil spirits. Assuming the shadows are from evil spirits, the work of incense is to drive them away. Okay? um, Max here. I don't know if I pronounce this name correctly, but okay, you keep picking diamonds or golds in your dream. Whether it's in a dirty place, you pick it too. All right. Where you pick this doesn't actually matter now. Where you pick this doesn't actually matter. You picking up diamonds and picking up goods is the meaning of this dream is that something is actually waiting for you. Something that you have been praying for. The answer to that thing is near. You picking diamonds, you picking golds. Where you are picking them doesn't matter. Even if you find them inside a thorn or inside a place where there are so many thorns, but you actually pick TikTok, it means the answer to your prayers is closer. Is closer to you. Okay, Yvonne, you are talking about negative energy. You are talking about negative energy, not the normal heat, okay, not the natural heat. All right. The incense can equally help you out together with your prayers. There are times when you will feel the presence of somebody around you. You don't have to see shadows, but you feel the presence of someone around you and you can't really tell. If you are spiritually powerful, you will know the presence that has approached you. You will know the presence, the energy that has come in. That negative energy will always give you some shivers down your spine, whenever they come in. But the positive energy, whenever they come in, they subdue that fear. You will no longer be scared. You will know that a being is around you, but you will not be afraid. So when you feel this way, that there is something near you which you can't really tell, and maybe you are scared or what, I will want you to just go into prayers immediately. Whenever you feel that way, go into prayers, okay? Cover yourself with the blood of Jesus. Then you light your incense and take that incense round. The incense can still do the same thing. It doesn't require much. Okay, thank you. Trisha, getting rid of spiritual husband, that is marine spirits. A spiritual husband or spiritual wife is a marine spirit. You need an expert in that. You need someone who is called spiritually to handle such cases. There are people who are called that way, and that is not my calling. I don't handle anything that has to do with marine. I don't handle it. There are people who are called to handle such, and they will have to perform spiritual exercise on you. And there are some items that will need, you will have to provide some items which they will use to perform the spiritual exercise. So it's a different thing altogether. But if you actually, I don't know where you are, if you actually need someone that can handle it for you, I have a lot of spiritualists whose duty it is to handle such cases. So if you are interested, you can send me a private chat me and I will give you any of their numbers and then you speak with them. Okay, thank you. So bring up your questions. Okay, you are in UK. It doesn't matter. You can private chat me. Let me give you their numbers and you hear from them first of all. All right? I'm still waiting for your questions. Please write down your questions. Thank you, Trisha. You're welcome. Write down your questions, please. Write down your questions. Paradise. I believe you wrote down your name. Maybe you think I am a seer. I'm not a seer, Paradise. If you want someone to tell you about your life, here is the wrong place. I don't do such. Okay? Gracious, your dream is self-explanatory. It explains itself. It may not be motor accident in reality. It may be motor accident in reality. It's self-explanatory. No matter what that problem is, that problem that is waiting for you ahead of time, you are going to scale through. That's what your dream means. It explained itself, so you don't need any soothsayer to tell you the meaning. Okay, Trisha, to grow more spiritually, prayer is the number one thing and the main thing, if not the only thing. Prayer. Prayer matters a lot. Prayer, and when you pray with your heart. Whenever you are praying, always envisage that you are with God physically. Whenever you are praying and you believe that God is there with you, that He's listening to you, and you will become so attached to Him that no matter what you are passing through in life, whenever you hear His word, you will have this courage in you. Prayer is the ultimate. Prayer is the ultimate. Okay? Okay, Joanne, you dreamt of cutting your toenails. What is the meaning? Joanne, for any part of your body, it's just like you cutting your hair in the dream. This time around, you are cutting your toenails. And after cutting your toenails, where did you keep the nails? Where did you keep the nails? Where you kept those nails matters. Where you kept those nails matters. Where did you keep the nails that you have cut? Where did you keep them? Sometimes these are signs of initiation, spiritual initiation without knowing it. Sometimes these are signs of problems bigger than you that you cannot handle. It is just like someone dreaming where you are cutting your hair. That is a very bad omen. Cutting your hair in the dream is a bad omen. Cutting your nails in the dream is not good. But in this particular one, where did you keep those nails that you have cut? Miracle, whenever you experience fear, sometimes you become scared for no reason. If you always feel like that, there is always a spirit responsible for that. And in this particular thing, we cannot say that it is always a negative spirit. No. Sometimes the positive spirits are around you, but because you are not familiar with them, the only way that you can express that feeling is by fear. You become scared. Sometimes they are negative spirits. But when you start praying over these things, they will manifest physically. And then you'll be able to tell whether those beings are, that is the cause of that fear, whether they are of good or of evil. For someone who is called spiritually, but he or she doesn't realize that he is being called, they will always experience this. If you have a spiritual calling, but you haven't realized it, or you know that you have a calling, but you don't know how to make use of it, they always experience this. And whenever you experience this, it's either that the positive spirits are there to remind you of your duty, or that the negative spirits are there to fight you. So whichever one, there is a being around. Whenever you feel scared, there is a being around. So all you need to do is to pray. Always pray. Okay? So please write down your questions. Write down your questions if you have any. If you have any question, write down your question, please. Write down your questions. I'm still waiting. My network is fluctuating. I'm still waiting for your questions. All right. Thank God you pray always. Thank God. My network is fluctuating. Please, let's do this fast and leave. If you have any question to ask on anything that has to do with spirituality, please write it down. Sandy, thank you so much and God bless you. Thank you for the gift, Sandy. God bless you so much. Fab, how do we solve low cells? Fab, that someone is having a low cell, first of all, you will check yourself spiritually. Check yourself spiritually. You may be having some hindrances. There may be some things blocking your way. Not that your market is not good. There may be some things blocking your way. But if you check yourself spiritually and you notice that there's nothing blocking you, now this is what you are supposed to be doing. First of all, you will have to be prayerful. Be prayerful. And you can be doing this thing once or twice in a week whenever you come to your business premises. I will want you to get original honey. Mix it with cinnamon powder. Add it into the water and use that water to clean your business premises. Use it to clean your shop. You can be doing this once or twice in a week. Use cinnamon powder and original honey mixed inside water to clean your shop. It is going to help you out. Okay? So bring up your questions. All right, thank you. Fab, you run into cobwebs during the day. Now, these cobwebs, there's something I want to know. Are these cobwebs natural? Are you seeing them with your eyes? If you are seeing these cobwebs with your eyes, that is the normal cobwebs we have in our houses, that one is natural, it's nothing. But if you are not seeing them, but you are experiencing it, that is, you come into somewhere or you are walking along the road and you feel that cobwebs is covering you, that is actually spiritual mask. That is spiritual mask. But you will not know. You are now entangled in a spider's web spiritually. That is caging you. I don't know how else to put it. Caging you spiritually so that you will not move forward in life. That's the meaning of that cobwebs you are feeling, even though you are not seeing it, but you feel you are covered with cobwebs. That's a spiritual mask. You are being caged. Now, the use of spiritual products will help you. The use of spiritual products will help you. Get spiritual soap. Any spiritual soap. You'll be using it to be bathing. You'll be adding, you can be adding the mixture of cinnamon powder and honey into your bathing water. If you are a woman, Fab, during your menstrual flow, do not use any spiritual product at all. If you are a woman, when you are menstruating, don't use any spiritual product at all. You will have to wait until it's completely over. Okay, what you will need to do is to visit my page. I've done a video about this, okay, so that you will know the products you are supposed to be using. Emma, Ehumado Chidema, your relationship is having issues and sometimes you feel depressed. Ehumado, this your relationship, is it your husband or your wife, whichever one, I don't know, but are we talking about marriage here? If we are talking about a boyfriend and girlfriend or fiancé and fiancé, there is no spiritual bond between the two of you. If we are talking about boyfriend and girlfriend, there is no spiritual bond between the two of you, and nothing much can be done except prayer. But if we are talking about husband and wife here, and you are having issues, is when we start giving out solutions. Because when we give out these solutions, we have witnesses when both of you got married. God is the number one witness. Your parents, your family, even the spirits and the land, they will bear witness to that marriage. So whatever spiritual solution that is given to you, all these people that I just mentioned now will help and make that solution to work for you. But if we are talking about boyfriend and girlfriend or fiancé and fiancé, there is no strings attached. There is nothing holding you to. And I can't do much on that. All right, so I'm still waiting for your questions. Okay, Humadu, you want to settle down, but you're having disappointments. If you're having disappointments, it depends on what you mean by disappointment. If this is the first time it's happening to you, let's not call it a disappointment. But if it has happened before, maybe twice, and this is the third one, that is when we will have to check your spiritual life. We have to check who you are, first of all. Sometimes these problems are coming from the lineage. It is something that has to do with your family. It is something that has to do with your family. If you always experience this, your family, I'm not saying that your family are the ones responsible for it, but no, it's a spiritual issue that is running in your family. And so to solve that problem, it is something that will have to go to the roots. Not just jumping and making you to get married. Because after performing that spiritual exercise for you to get married, you can get married, and before you know it, you are out. Okay, so that problem will have to be solved from the roots. So I'm still waiting for your questions. Write down your questions. Thank you, Rita, for the gift. Thank you. God bless you. I'm still waiting for your questions, if you have any. I have a little time left. I have a little time left before I end the live stream. Write down your questions. Write down your questions if there is any. If there is no other question coming up, then I will have to end this live. If there are no other questions coming up, I will have to end the live now. And I want to thank you all so very much for joining us tonight. I want to thank all my gifters, all of you, Sandy, Rita, Trisha, and the other ones that I can't remember your names. Thank you so much. May God bless you all and gift you equally. And I want to thank those who liked this live. Thank you so much, and God bless you. And for those who share it, thank you so much, and God bless you. And to thank you all for your time, for your patience, for your data. Gracious, thank you so much for the gift. I want to thank you all for being with us tonight. And for those who ask questions, thank you so much for the questions, because a lot of people actually will benefit from the questions that you ask. Trisha, may God bless you abundantly. And I pray that tonight will be a wonderful night for us all, that by tomorrow morning, whatsoever you lay your hands upon that is not sin, that you will prosper. And I pray for divine grace upon each and every one of us. I pray for the presence of the Holy Spirit to lead us starting from tonight and tomorrow and always, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Thank you so much, all of you. God bless you. I'm going to see us some other time, not tonight, maybe by Thursday night or by Friday night. By the special grace of God, I'm going to see you all again. And until then, have a wonderful night and God bless you all.